You gotta just exist in the moment. Like for real. I had to learn the hard way, man. You just gotta exist in the current moment, man. Like the only way you could like actually appreciate life, the only true appreciation for life can be experienced in the current moment. You're not going to appreciate anything in the future or in the past or like once it's there. No, the only thing that you can do is experience the current moment and appreciate life in the current moment. You know what I mean? Now, that's not to say like, oh, go do whatever satisfactory bullshit that you want to do just so you can get stimulation, instant gratification in that moment. It's like, no, you're not existing in the moment. You're existing for some goal that's going to be a short moment and short-lived and it's going to be fucking not worth it, you know what I mean? It doesn't have any longevity. So some people might be like, okay, I'm gonna exist in the moment and go smoke weed and go get drunk and exist in that moment. It's like, nah, dude, drugs are the opposite of existing in the moment because you're using the drug to mask the current moment that you can exist in. Does that make sense? Like, the drugs are the opposite of existing in the current moment. You're not okay with existing in the current moment, so you'll get drunk or you'll get high or you'll do meth or something. You know what I mean? Not saying everyone, but we got to include everyone. You never know. A meth smoker might watch this shit. I don't discriminate. I don't care what drug you do. If you're going to learn to exist in the current moment, then yeah. And yeah, I had to learn this the hard way, man. It took me like 9 years until I finally learned it. And why I say 9 years is because I had this quote on a piece of paper 9 years ago that I still have today from Ralph Waldo Emerson. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but basically it says, we're all preparing to live, but never living. And I'm like, I always saw that, and now I finally realize it. Like, damn, dude, like trying way too hard, like preparing to live, but you never actually live. Like, you're always like trying to get ready to do everything to make sure that it's perfect. You know what I mean? Like for me, I'm always like, no, I gotta make sure I learn the last piece of information of everything, every little tiniest detail in case I could come across someone that needs the most help. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, bro, that ain't how it fucking works. You know what I mean? Like, it's not good. It doesn't matter how much preparation you do. If you don't do it, then the preparation is nothing. And then like you miss the current moment. If you're spending all that time preparing and preparing and preparing, you miss your opportunity. You miss the spot to play your note. You miss the time for you to do your dance. You know what I mean? You miss the key. You miss that spot that you're supposed to hit because you spent so much time preparing and getting ready, and then it's fucking too late. You were trying hella hard to be hella good at it, and by the time it came for you to perform, that it's already passed up because you were training, or practicing or preparing. You know what I mean? It sucks. Like for me, one of my hardest things is like lag or like getting to places on time. And I realized one of the reasons why I lag is because I'm trying so hard to be on time. And like I'll try so hard to be on time that I end up like cleaning some shit when I have to leave. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you cleaning this when you have to leave? Like, in my mind, it's like, oh shit, I was so focused on trying to leave properly and not forget anything that I fucking fucked up. Or like when I'm leaving for a vacation or something hell long, if I try too hard to remember everything, then you forget something, like, oh fuck, see, if I would have just taken it slow and existed in the current moment and stopped trying to exist for some idea in my mind, then everything would have been fine. Everybody has these ideas in their mind that they're trying to aim for, and really, like, the idea is right in front of you, in the mirror. You are the idea. You are your mind. And like, so another like key point would be to the reason it's good to exist in the moment is because it keeps you young. You know what I mean? Like it keeps you young. Old people are all like existing for the future and like, no, you got to do this and got to do that. Like, nah, bro. If you exist in the moment, if you appreciate the now, if you just appreciate your life in the current now moment, and it's going to keep you young because it's like you get to have more life within your years. It's like you're doing more within that time. Like if someone focuses on it goes to their job for 8 hours, they're gonna kind of forget it and blur it away. But if you're doing something specific for 8 hours, it's gonna be a long, grueling 8 hours because you're living basically more detailed and complex. You're living deeper within that small amount of time. which that itself could be a whole different video, but basically existing in the moment keeps you young, like you don't want to fucking live for the future, you don't want to live so much for the future that you go to bed at age 23 and you wake up and you're 60. You know what I mean? Like you're 60 years old now because you fucking were too focused on work and getting this done. You don't even realize you turn into a old ass crab apple ass fucking old person, mean. It's okay to be mean, but if you're a fucking rude, mean old person, I mean, go do that over there in the corner and face the wall and be rude and shit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here with your negativity. You know what I mean? But point being is like, yeah, if you exist in the moment, it's basically allowing you the time to appreciate you being young. Like I almost woke up and I was 60 and I'm 25. Phew. I caught myself before it was too late. I wasn't living in the moment, man. At times I did, but now I realize I need to live my entire life in the moment. Like I was always like preparing and trying to get ready for some kind of experience that I need to be ready for. It's like, nah, bro, the whole experience that you need to be ready for is your entire life. You know what I mean? Like, you need to get ready for your whole life. And my whole life is every day. And I was preparing so much. I'm 25 and I've fucking never gone to the bar and shit. Like I've gone in a bar, like in different countries and shit, but I've never gone to the bar with friends. Not saying that that's a goal, but it gives you an example of how much my fucking 20s I didn't fucking live. You know what I mean? I've never been to a fucking nightclub before. You know what I mean? Like that's my personality. I don't really like it, but it's a perfect example of like I was focusing too much on trying to learn. I almost missed my 20s. I almost missed them, and I almost forgot to live in the moment. But now I can, and that's basically what I wanted to fucking get across. You know what I mean? Like you gotta exist in the moment. You can only really appreciate life in the current moment. So, exist in the current moment, and don't spend too much time preparing to live, getting ready for what? Getting ready to get ready to get ready to realize you missed your opportunity. You know what I mean? Fuck that shit. Nah, like it doesn't mean go dumb and be dumb and go do dumb shit and go do drugs. I'm existing in the moment. It's like nah, but it's just don't get too caught up in what you're doing that you forget to go live. And like it keeps you young. It keeps you young physically and it keeps you young in your mind and it keeps you young in your spirit of like how of your enjoyment and enthusiasm. You know what I mean? So yeah, exist in the current moment. Because if you don't, then at what moment did you even exist? You know what I mean? Like for real. So exist in the current moment. Because if you don't, then at what moment did you even exist?